Hi all. Today I'm going to goof around with fuel lines, brake lines, and license plates so I can drive it. Anyway, first thing, a shout out to my first subscriber. Tom was my second one. Ones that view my stuff regularly. Not that I'm trying to twist anybody's hand, but it does help. Likes really help. Anyway, hurry up, dummy. Get it out there. There we go. Pete's Model Car Customs. He's a really good modeler. He's got some good ideas, and he likes hand drawing his own cards, which I found was really, really neat. I don't know, we use some sort of a gold pen or something, and you can also see the chrome. That's why I keep moving it. And along came with Ratfink, a cutaway drawing, so you know what he looks like inside. I like the ear bones. You guys, I've seen these. We had these when we were kids. They came in bubble gum. They came with stickers. And they came in a bubble gum, like baseball cards. Do you guys remember them? Yeah, I had a ton of them things. Had them stuck all over my dresser mirror. And I was a kid, 40, 50 years old. Anyway, remember Pete. Check his channel out. Right now, I was test fitting the brake lines, or not brake lines, the disc brakes. That's it. That's the thing. Old age event. Anyway, you can't see it, but I just put them on. I'm doing the front now. And going to do the other side here. Make sure that they fit, the tires in that fit good. I think the driver's side rear needs a little trimmed on the caliper. The fronts are just a flat plate. You guys seen it. I didn't have room for it. Now what I'm doing is stretching some wire between a pair of pliers in the spool to make it straight, to make fuel lines. I was trying to think of a good way to run these. I didn't want it by the exhaust. A little hard not to. I guess I could have ran it forward a little more. I was trying to keep it out of area of damage. Yeah, right. So I decided to sneak it down by the bell housing on the transmission. I didn't go through the exhaust, the stock muffler holes there. I was very tempted to. I probably should have. But anyway, a little plastic piece is just a shim because my arrow needs to go under them. So it's not that it's moving. It probably is. But anyway, I got a lot more. I got tons to do on the bottom yet. Now, what you don't know I'm doing is I'm making a inline fuel filter instead of that stone one that Chevrolet had on it. Remember them? Little golden looking stone. You had to change every once in a while. Just a little thing. So I'm putting an inline one plus a stone. Both are about as hard to change. So I'm cut her off. Yay! What I did is I decided to do this different. I was going to stretch the wire or a plastic sprue around. I've done this on aircraft, but you know what? Wire just works the best. So I grabbed some wire and did it that way. There it is. Now I made little circles. For the center, for the end, the very end, where it's square, and then I did one in the center on most of them. That's where they're fuse welded together in the center, and you have a little lip that's squished out, and that's what I'm doing there. I believe this must be a fuel filter for a 747 because this thing is huge. I should have made it a little smaller. It don't like stick out like a sore thumb, but I already drilled the center of that fuel filter out to run my wire through. And here I am trying to get it in there. And naturally, I found out I broke a bit off in it. I popped it out. The wire pushed it out. And at first I tried these piece of wire insulation. I didn't like them. It's square on one end, flat on the other, or round on the other and flat on the other end. You know, I don't remember which way it goes. Oops, I might have put it on backwards. Anyway, I decided to make it out of some small tubing I had that will fit inside each other to kind of like scale it down. And I did a rather not so good a job. I tried to make one look like a bolt by filing it. I can't tell if I did. Now I took off those little insulated pieces, and I'm slipping on the brass pieces I made. I love this little brass tubing. This stuff is really, really fine. I think I use this on World War I turnbuckles on flying and landing wires. That's a little X bracing you see. I didn't see the part where I filed it. Another old age event. Anyway, I'm super gluing it. I also have to make, you'll see later here, right now I'm just painted gray. Now what I'm doing now, which took me several tries, is the rubber harnesses that clip to the frame. I should have made them a little narrower than I did. I dropped it down quite a bit, but right now I wish I'd went a little thinner, or the spacing between the fuel lines a little closer. Now, while I'm waiting for that to dry, I took some white glue, get a little piece of squarish plastic, add a little bit of water to the white glue, one of these years, and there we go. There, my license plate. Now we're back to the fuel line. Now it's dry. Who knew? Magic of... That's what I had to wait for, so I thought I'd do that. I'm just adding some relief, shadows, whatever you want to say. And now it's dry again. Well, that was quick. I'm adding some, I'm metallizing it with some, I can't think of it, graphite from a pencil. Right now I'm trying to get those things made the blocks to hold the fuel line. And I went through several ideas, and then finally I just said, just make a line and drill it. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to have to get some more of those drills. Mine are, some idiot keeps breaking them. As soon as I find him, I'll let him know he's going to buy me new ones. I think it's my wife. See, I'm making, there's the blocks. I made more than enough because I figured I'd lose one. Naturally, I didn't. Now what I did, you can't see it here, and I'm doing it right now, is I'm bending a little loop around the filter. So you can change the filter out without having to goof with the line. It's the way mine is on my truck, at least, so. Looked like a good idea. Then these things get a mind of their own. They keep wanting to twist because you got some sort of torque on them. Then naturally, with all the goofing around, you bend the wires again. But yeah, I'm going to stick that one down. There, I'm straightening the wire up. Oop, went crooked again. Okay, here I'm just painting those black. I got a lot to do underneath this car yet. I'm trying to get it to where I can get the arrow on it while it's upside down, so I don't have to flip it over again. I got the front fender to goof with yet on the passenger side. I gotta fill that in. There, I'm trying it, sneaking it under things. Right now I'm trying to figure out where to bend it. How long should it be? Yeah, for a guy didn't want to run it next to the exhaust pipe, it certainly did it. Yeah, I had a little friend helping me there. What I'm doing now is build, I thought I'd better get the back half to where it'll slide under into the fuel tank. Of course, once I find out it's long enough, I'll nip it off there. Just under the fuel tank, or over the top of the fuel tank. Yeah, I just couldn't, if I ran it around the side of the frame, it'd interfere with my arrow. I didn't want to run it through the transmission or the exhaust pipe holes from the stock Corvette. So I decided to run it this way, by the way it's in. Right now I'm stretching some of that, you know, the plastic tubing on spray, like for knock loose, WD-40 brake cleaner. I had a couple of these because I worked on my truck. Remember, I had to use some brake cleaner. You just stretch the tube out, it remains a tube. Just like if you have a hexagon shaped piece of plastic, you stretch it out, it'll remain hexagon as long as you don't burn the edges. Now I'm trying to see where I'm going to run it. The red part is going to be the hose, so it can flex. I was trying to think of different ways to run this. I kept thinking of you know there's actually a safety device there for it, but if the universal joint went, I didn't want it to hit the brake line. Now, I made some T's for the brake line. I'm going to solder them right there. Then I noticed, you idiot, you don't got it, it's straight, but it's off-centered. I had to goof with it a bit, but I made 2 of them. I finally decided to make one bigger and just cut it smaller. Yeah, it sounds smart, doesn't it? Just a little bit of balsa. Then I came up with the idea of just sticking them in there. Oh, darn, it's off screen. There, see it's stuck in the wood? I just imprinted it into the wood and the whole piece came out. Yeah, it's working great. So I did it again. See, right now I'm just touching some solder. But anyway, that worked good enough. And then I was afraid I actually plugged the hole. I'm using the forceps to just hold the brass while I file it flat, clean it out. I'm running the brake line to the T. Right there. What did I make the other T for? I'm trying to remember. I ran the brake line under and over that hump. She's going to go there and down to the front. Oh, I made the T for, I believe, for the splitter, or to go to the front brakes. But truthfully, gotta get it in the hole. Come on there, speedball. There we go. Nope. Apparently not. All I'm doing is just keep testing the bends where it needs to go. Now I'm making the other sides. Notice it's got a little, looks like piece of tape, which it is. Made a bracket out of that to get the to hold the brake line down in real life. There's my license plate. Notice the brakes are all down where they're supposed to be. Cut a piece of brass. Yeah, I still don't remember what I cut that other T for. Oh, I know what I'm doing now, though. I'm putting valve stems on my tires. There. This here I'm just hitting the red. Still got a lot of work to do on this thing, so I'm taking a little bit, I glued the thing down, now I'm taking a little bit of the foil tape, bending it down, and then I paint that a lighter gray, and then when that dries, I notice I nicked it. Just then I can outline it I'm just hitting some spots that are bad, or I felt was bad or looked bad, like the whole car. This has been a learning curve. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like, please.